Thanks very much for speaking to us. So how would you describe the significance of this deal? What would a combined T-Mobile and Orange company mean for the market?
Good morning, Maryam, and thanks for inviting us. Well, it will be a dominant player, certainly in the short term. We're not convinced that it will be a dominant player over even the medium term and particularly not the long term. Several of the issues that have forced the merger together are fundamental weaknesses which the merger itself we don't see as actually solving. So the things that have made both T-Mobile and Orange, and I stress relatively unsuccessful in the UK market, are related to issues about brand positioning, about the technologies of their networks, and none of those per se will be solved overnight by a merger.
So with that in mind, why then is a merger good for these two companies? Who would stand to benefit most, if you like?
Well, in our view, it's definitely Deutsche Telekom. Deutsche Telekom have struggled with T-Mobile for a long time. They've tried various solutions, change of management, more investment, different brand positioning, and it hasn't worked for them. So from their perspective, they are under pressure at home to pay a greater dividend, but at the same time, they need to invest for growth. So if they can raise some capital or indeed reduce some of the capital strain on markets that are not growing, they can divert that capex or investment opportunities to other growing markets.
So T-Mobile UK and Orange pushed together would be a dominant force, but that, from what you're saying, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be able to retain or maintain that dominant position in the short, medium or even long term.
Well, in the short term they will certainly have that very dominant position, but in the medium term, the long term, we don't think that's a given by any stretch of the imagination. Both Vodafone and O2 have advantages over the combined unit. Vodafone arguably has more critical mass and more experience, and O2 is a proven brander and has taken over the position that Orange used to have before it was owned by France Telecom.
So this merger would create the UK's largest mobile phone operator and also reduce the number of big players in the market. What does that mean for customers?
Well, from a customer perspective, our position is really that there probably should be a competition inquiry. We can see reasons why the European Union may have decided that it wasn't sufficiently interested in the UK market, but it will undoubtedly reduce choice for customers, and the vast majority of customers in the short term will end up on a network that is less good. When I say majority, I mean if you like, the dominant part of the market will end up on a network that's less good in our view.